there's nothing tamed. They're standing in the frame where your right line can't stop the flames. Cleopatra's got nothing on your game, and a rose by any other name. Still be a Killarney girl, yeah, I'd follow you around the world. Except to here right now, 'cause there's no way how you could stay a Killarney girl if I followed you around the world. 'Cause in the here and now, there's no way how we could get a spark without burning us both to the ground. Well, it's simple enough. We just let go before we burn up. We put the miles between us, the ocean between us. It's a secret everybody knows. Absence and fondness just don't go, and you'll forget all about me. And a passion will take you, and you'll no longer be a Killarney girl. Yeah, I'd follow you around the world. Except to here right now, 'cause there's no way how you could stay a Killarney girl if I followed you around the world. 'Cause in the here and now, there's no way how we could get a spark without burning us both to the ground. Oh yeah, I've tried every consolation. Oh yeah, I'm alright, I'm alright. This time round, I'm drowning every last sorrow. Oh yeah, I'm alright, I'm alright. There's a fire below us.
There's a fire below us.
Yeah, but nobody knows us.
Yeah, but nobody knows us.
We should do it anyway, you know it's true. You say you don't think about it much, but you do, 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 but you do. Oh, my Killarney girl, yeah, I'd follow you around the world. Except to here right now, 'cause there's no way how we could get a spark without burning us both to the ground. There's an analog photo on the table with your name on it. Everything we knew is coming around again, but now I can't understand it. There's an analog photo on the table with your name on it. I can't remember without you. I can't remember without you. Now trouble comes easy, yeah, it's waiting for me. I'm always stumbling into digital ashes. There's an analog photo on the table with your name on it. I can't remember without you. 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 picture, it don't mean a thing. You went digital at my record signing. Scratching acetate, it never got a mention. I did my level best, but you're in 4 dimensions. I tried to reach you, I tried to call. Such in a bottle, left a message in a stall. But you never called, you never fell for me, and you never called. I told you where I'd be, but you never called. Another frequency, I guess you never called. I guess you didn't want me. I'm lonely and lo-fi, nobody can hear me. The words are coming through like static from an old TV. Can you remember such a thing? Can you remember anything? I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything before you. Timing me, that's why you never called. Another frequency, I live in analog, and this loneliness is real to me. I'm lonely and lo-fi, nobody can hear me. The words are coming through like static from an old TV. Can you remember such a thing? Can you remember anything? I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything before you. She never goes back again. She just lays it over and she layers it over and 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 over, yeah. Such a thing. Can you remember anything? I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything before. I'm lonely and lo-fi, lonely and lo-fi, lonely and lo-fi, lonely and lo-fi.
Go.
What do you do when you got no time? And the world wants something pretty and that rhymes. They want proof. Yeah, you got proof. So put your keys on your knees and hammer out a line. You got to write it down, 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 write it.
Setting, a war. Timeless, but also dated. Lights up to see a quiet evening on the top of a hill. Maybe it's grassy, maybe it's sandy, maybe it's rocky, but it is certainly empty. The sun has just set. The calm is broken by 4 raucous men summoning the hill. Bandy, Curtis, Styx, and New Blood. They are clearly soldiers, probably even American soldiers, dressed in uniforms with thick packs on their backs and rifles slung over their shoulders.
I'm telling you, it's true.
There's no way, man.
You're delusional.
Delusional is putting it lightly. The logistics alone don't make sense.
I managed it.
Look, New Blood, lying is not how you earn your stripes, all right?
At least not shitty lies like that one.
2 girls, 1 prom. I pulled it off.
Look, let's say for a second we believe you.
There's nothing to believe.
But give the kid a chance. Let's pretend for a second we believe you. How does that even work?
You know how in the movies,
Whoa. He did just not say in the movies.
Bandy, give him a second.
in the movies, when a guy goes on a date with 2 girls at once, they keep dipping out for punch, the bathroom, notice a friend across the room. I did that.
Bullshit.
Fine. Don't believe me.
All right, my turn.
Oh, you've done it now. Bandy's mad.
Your story doesn't hold up on a few accounts. The first of which...
This is it.
You sure, Curtis?
Yeah. We'll stop here tonight.
Okay, you don't think we should go a little farther?
No, we're close enough. Much closer might tip something off, to be honest. Plus, the sun's down. I'm sure you guys are tired.
I could go farther.
Yeah, what's a few more miles?
Feels like we just got started to me.
No, it's here tonight. We'll rest here, make camp, sticks, start dinner.
You got it, boss.
Everyone jumps into action, dropping their rifles and opening their packs. Curtis gets out some binoculars and examines the distance. Bandy and New Blood arrange some seats made of what's around, while Styx pulls out a gas camping stove.
Hey, Curtis,
Yeah, sticks?
that thing I talked about, do I got the go-ahead?
Yeah, that's fine.
You the man. New Blood, you want in on this one?
Oh, what's going on?
But hold it. Don't ruin the surprise.
It's a good one.
Oh, it's a doozy.
Drum roll, please.
Styx begins drumming his fingers.
Bandy.
New Blood thrusts forward a can of beans as Styx stops drumming.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Oh, no fucking way!
I know.
How did you get this?
I've had one smuggled away for a special occasion.
How do you even know that? I
Curtis,
love that. Curtis is on it too?
That's as far as my contribution goes.
That, and he's letting us have the last can of the good beans.
Oh, holy shit. I've never been more excited for some beans. Get it going, Six. Get it going.
Anything for the birthday boy.
Styx opens the can and pours it into a pot on the stove.
Oh. So it's just for Bandy then?
Oh, hell no. We're sharing.
If it was the Queen of England's birthday, we wouldn't let her have the whole can of good beans.
There's not a lot.
Not yet.
Styx dumps in a few cans of other baked beans.
What are you doing?
Trust us, New Blood.
You're not going to taste any of it.
This isn't our first rodeo. Trust us.
Men, get ready for lights out while it's heating. We need to be rested for tomorrow.
Yes, Mr. Bossman, sir.
New Blood, Styx, and Bandy find one of the packs and pull out a tent. They begin to set it up in the back while the beans cook.
I have been meaning to ask.
Oh boy.
Here it comes.
New blood question time.
Nicknames. Where do they come from?
Finally.
That's supposed to be a day one new blood question, New Blood.
It's the first rule. Everybody gets a nickname.
Everyone?
Company rules.
Based on what?
On anything.
So, Styx.
I used to play the drums.
Never stopped, if you ask me.
Six notices he's nervously drumming with his fingers. He stops.
Why Bandy?
Well, it's short for Antonio Banderas.
Why?
Because he's a racist.
I'm not racist. It's not because you're Mexican or whatever.
Antonio Banderas isn't Mexican.
He isn't? Oh, shit. Maybe it is racist.
Oh, see?
But it's because you're suave. Suave, like our friend Antonio. Antonio, isn't he suave?
Why does he do this hammer?
He does.
You didn't think his name was actually Curtis, did you?
Then why do you call him Curtis?
Because he looks like a Curtis.
Shit. He looks like a Curtis.
See? That's the power of the nickname.
All right. When do I get one?
When you're not new blood anymore.
When will I not be new blood?
When there's newer blood.
Wait. But nobody here got a nickname when I arrived. You guys already had nicknames. What happened to the old new blood?
He
Do
didn't.
we have to talk about this on my birthday, Six?
The kid deserves to know, especially given tomorrow.
But now?
When would you like me to tell him? It's not like we're going to get another chance to.
All right, it's all right. I get the picture.
You kind of look like him, you know.
Sticks.
Yeah, Curtis.
Beans done?
Yeah, the beans are done.
God damn.
They all rush to sit around the stovetop as Sticks dishes out beans into bowls.
Now, gentlemen, slow your roll. Tradition dictates first bite of the good beans must be experienced by new blood.
But it's Bandy's birthday.
We don't fuck with tradition.
All right, all right.
New blood takes a bite of the beans and everyone else watches as the flavor washes over him.
Holy shit.
Right?
Dig in, everyone.
They all scarf down the beans for a while without talking and without hardly breathing.
These are the best fucking beans I've ever had.
Mm,
These are the best fucking beans I've ever had.
Nobody knows for sure.
mm. They said that the cans are bad on these. So the metal degrades into the beans or they ferment or something in there. Mm.
Doesn't sound good for you.
The things we do tend not to be good for you, which brings me to tomorrow, gentlemen. The game plan, once we get off this hill, Bandy, you'll take the...
Boss man,
Yeah, Sticks?
it's Bandy's birthday.
And?
Can we not talk about what comes tomorrow on Bandy's birthday?
Curtis thinks about
All right.
this. He quickly finishes the rest of his beans.
We'll discuss it in the morning. I'm going to bed. I suggest you all do the same. Good night.
Curtis heads to the tent but freezes after unzipping the door. He turns back to the other soldiers.
It's an honor, gentlemen. Every single day, it's a fucking honor. Tomorrow will be too. Good night.
Curtis disappears into the tent and zips it closed.
How the hell does that guy sleep?
How does anyone sleep when you only have one sleep left?
Maybe that makes it easier. You got to relish it, you know?
There are other things I'd like to relish. Waking things.
Guys,
Yeah, new blood.
do I really not get a nickname until there's newer blood?
That's how it works, new blood.
Even under the circumstances?
Even now.
You don't fuck with tradition. We don't fuck with tradition.
Even now. Especially now, even.
We don't fuck with tradition.
I get it. You guys gonna sleep tonight?
Nope.
Not even a little.
Me either. Any beans left?
A newsboy stands on one side of the stage. On the other side of the stage, Zach and his parents, Bertie and Homer, sit down for catfish dinner. The sounds outside their dining room are loud. There are motor cars, horns, horses, and people yelling, talking, and laughing in the street outside. The newsboy can be heard as he walks up and down the street. When the newsboy speaks, the family does not turn to listen, even though they can hear him clearly through the walls.
Volume XLV of the Greenville Advocate for sale, published on this day, March 23rd, 1910. Headlines: A fearless, honest preacher gives his opinion of Peruna. Up-to-date clergyman describes an up-to-date household remedy that has held the test of time and is known the world over. He states, I desire to make it known for the benefit of suffering humanity my experience with Peruna. Had it not been for Peruna, I'd have been in my grave today.
I brought in the paper.
What's the use?
Oh no, I fried the cornbread too dark.
We saw the body. We were right there when they cut the boy open.
Eat it, please, before the crust hardens up. I'm not sure if we can eat it at all.
Maybe the advocate has more information.
Doesn't make a bit of sense. I fried the bread in clean oil.
Knowing doesn't change the fact of it.
That's why we should check the paper.
The catfish looks all right, I think.
You'll get ink on your hands.
The fish will do. Still crisp, but soft enough to chew.
Headline: Are you aware? In the course of 1 year, the balance of your watch makes 157,680,000 revolutions. In the time the oil gums, produces friction, and wears the delicate bearings, destroying their high finish and perfect fit, thus ruining an accurate timepiece. An ordinary machine is oiled daily. Let us examine it. An honest opinion will cost you nothing. From C.L. Ruth and Sons.
Son, eat.
He was my son. I came here to talk it over with you. That's why I came here.
You know, Zachary, we're planning to move out to the farm when your father's term is up. All he does is post notices anyway. Reminder, Greenville has a no tolerance policy for garbage in the road. I don't know why we have to live on the main street to post notices about the main street. So loud.
She cuts her food. Zachary opens the newspaper.
I don't like the noise of that paper.
It really is quite loud here.
The first page. Russell's on the very first page.
Headline: Miss Ruth Gray coming. The people of Greenville have a treat in store for them in the shape of the entertainment that Miss Ruth Gray will give here on 3 nights, beginning on Monday, March 28th. This woman is truly marvelous. She does not call up any spirits, and neither is she a medium, but she answers 15 questions every performance, drawn from a hat while she is wearing a blindfold.
Do not read that out loud. Do not. Exhuming that child was bad enough.
The information is the same.
But at least try the catfish before it cools.
We will not discuss it.
They told us all this at the cemetery.
You will not be welcome in this home if you continue to discuss it.
It has been 4 months. They've given up. They keep writing the same facts over and over as if it's sensational, as if it's new. We are the only ones left to solve this. We must solve it.
Homer closes his eyes for a long while.
Son,
Please, help me solve it.
who will we protect by solving it?
Neither of you have taken a single bite of the fish or the bread or anything else.
The family eats.
Mother,
Yes, dear.
do you want to know what happened to your grandson?
Good Christ!
Well,
I have warned you.
you know, I spent half of this Sunday cooking up dinner for you and your father. I admit I sometimes believe that my tasks, dinner, and all the things that go into it are all I have time to think about. If I allow myself to become distracted, I might ruin the cornbread. So I tried to focus today. I did. And still,
He knocks on the cornbread with her fork. It sounds like a door.
I feel bad about it. I do. Nothing to be done about it now.
Line, new facts in Baysden mystery. On last Thursday afternoon, an autopsy was performed on the body of young Russell Baysden, who was killed on the night of November 5th last year. The bullet that was found in his forehead was a .41 caliber Colt's, and this was the caliber of the pistol that Russell had with him at his campsite on the night in question. This would seem to support the theory that the boy suicided, but that seems hardly probable in the view of the facts that came to light at the inquest. The only way that we can see his demise is that his pistol went off accidentally by him dropping it, or that the boy was deliberately murdered. This latter theory fits into the facts as we know them, given that the boy was carried 1 mile from his campsite and placed as if sleeping on a blanket outside the courthouse, the place of his grandfather's employment, the blanket having been sewn by his own grandmother. The boy's campsite was found later, ablaze. After the fact of the fire, investigators identified only 3 items: a pair of shoes fitting the boy, a pistol, and a woman's nightdress hung across a tree branch. It is still a deep mystery, as the boy had no known enemies. We commend the fortitude of the Baysden family, and we must sincerely hope that the matter will someday be settled, for that would be better than the uncertainty that exists on this date.
This is a full play in progress. It's a family drama centering 4 characters: a kid, a cousin, a parent, and a grandparent. They are negotiating different relationships to politics and to living in the United States. It takes the form of a handbook. Every instance of brackets is an opportunity for the ensemble of the play to replace it with something that feels more accurate to their lived experience. You will see these, including substitutions for this short scene. In the timeline of the play at this point, they have left their previous home. They are making a new one. Allow your child to grieve openly. Abuelo lays on the ground in front of his not yet completed brick house. It looks cartoonish at the moment, like we're in the 3 Little Pigs. There's a pile of bricks to the side. Amber and Roger appear from opposite sides, carrying flowers. In what appears to be a procession, they walk in synchronicity towards Abuelo.
You go first.
Why?
You're older.
By like a year.
No, it's like 2.
Really? You were born in 2011.
Yeah, do you have a problem with that?
I can't believe I know someone who was born in like the 2010s.
You were born in 2009.
Well, it's not the 2010s.
You are literally ruining Abuelo's funeral.
I am not. All right. My favorite thing about Abuelo was...
You didn't have this ready?
You were so annoying. My favorite thing about Abuelo was their pozole.
Roger throws flowers onto Abuelo's body. It makes a dull thud.
All right. My favorite thing about Abuelo was their voice. It was very loud all the time, which means you could hear what they were saying. And I liked that because whenever I have to ask someone to speak up, they always think I'm accusing them of something and I never had to do with. And I never had to do that with him. And I think that more people should learn how to not mumble.
That felt targeted.
This is not about you. Oh my God.
Amber throws the flowers onto Abuelo.
Okay. So now we pray.
We don't have any incense.
Just pretend.
Okay.
Roger and Amber perform a prayer at Abuelo's body.
I don't know if I'm ready to do this.
It's already happening.
No, it's not.
Shut up.
I just...
Now is the time to learn how to do this, okay?
Do you even know what you're doing? Like, do our thoughts make it to them?
I'm not about to have a spiritual debate at Abuelo's funeral.
First of all...
No.
You always act like you know what you're doing, but you were literally born in the 2010s.
Yeah, so that means you're stupider than a kid born in the 2010s.
Oh, fuck off.
Look, okay? I didn't say that I knew everything. We are literally trying something new.
Fine. I guess you're right.
Yeah, I'm always right.
Can we wrap this up?
This was for you too.
No, I didn't ask for this.
No, but you needed it.
You are bothering your abuelito.
No, we're not. Clearly, we're not.
Amber gestures at Abuelo, still lying completely still.
See? Unbothered.
You know they need to rest.
Yeah, they should get it while they can.
Amber.
Abuelo stirs awake.
What's going on?
Nothing.
We were practicing for when you're dead.
Oh my God. I thought we were agreed to keep it a secret.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret to anybody.
You know they're right. I'm going to die.
You say that all the time. You said that when I was a kid.
And it's true. I am going to die.
Not today. Not now. So no funerals.
But when you get older, like today, you get closer to dying. So when it's my birthday in a couple of months, I will also be closer to dying.
We can practice your funeral too if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Roger drops to the ground, dramatically splaying. Amber starts acting.
Oh God, oh my, they were so young.
Ay, por Dios.
I don't want any of you to cry like that when I die.
Don't you see that that's an unreasonable request?
Roger gets up.
Yeah, you didn't even cry at Nemo.
They were fish.
Okay, fine. What do you want us to do?
Well, hopefully, you'll have a house together before I die.
They all look at the brick house and sigh.
I want to be buried in the backyard. But I do want a piece of me cremated for your ofrenda.
How the heck do we do that? Chop a piece of you off?
Gosh,
You don't get to shush me.
Shush.
We need to start having our family be in the ground, replenish the ground, so that you can make a home here and not question the ground you stand upon. Do any of you have any coffee?
Yeah, here's some.
Roger grabs a coffee maker made for campers. Abuelo drinks some.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it? I told you you'd like camping.
Seems cumbersome.
Well, we're basically doing it now.
Okay, plant a tree, maybe where I'm at, and water it every day once in a while. Every once in a while. Visit me on important holidays like Dia de los Muertos.
What's that?
You just need to make sure my resting place is clean. Then on November the 2nd, all right?
Okay.
Keep the ashes of my one limb in the altar inside, lit up by a candle. Okay, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Do you want revenge
For what?
against the United States of America?
All righty, let's get some breakfast going. I've got some cans of beans boiling.
Carolyn goes off to get the beans.
Are you really dying?
Yes.
Soon?
Well, I will die when I die, which is probably soon.
Okay, that's scary.
What are you scared of?
Will you never speak to my mama again?
Oh,
Will you try?
I suppose I can.
Carolyn brings in the beans with a candle lit in one of the cans.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, this is tacky.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear abuelo.
Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish.
We'll make a home together.
Abuelo blows the candle out. They all eat their beans. When they're done, they stretch, sigh, and get their morning aches out. Then they begin to put the bricks on the not yet completed house. It looks almost, but definitely not, pathetic. It is coming together slowly. A midsummer evening, a barbecue dinner.
Do you think we love each other yet?
Rebecca,
What?
is this the time or the place to discuss this?
When you love someone, don't you want to shout it from the rooftops?
Sweetheart, baby, your sister's right. Can we talk about this in private, please?
I'm only asking because I love you, Philip. I don't care if this is an inopportune time to tell you or not. I really care about you, and I love you.
You don't have to answer that right away, Philip. Can you please pass the corn on the cob?
Thank you. Butter and salt, too?
Sure. Thanks.
I resent the fact that my sister and brother-in-law are distracting Philip from my very important question.
Conversations about love are best between two people, don't you think?
Yes.
I've been having these intense love feelings for you for almost 5 days. I have to say the words no matter who hears them. I love you.
This conversation is making me feel really
Uncomfortable.
yeah.
I love how you finish each other's sentences. That can be us one day.
I remember last Friday, 5 days ago. It was great. You're great. But you can't put falling in love on a timeline. You feel it when you feel it.
And I felt it last Friday. Damn it, Phil, do you love me back?
I must admit, I liked hearing you say those 3 words.
Really?
Yeah.
While you discuss, can I have another burger?
Oh, sure. Hamburger or cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
Rebecca pulls a notebook out of her bag.
What's that?
Oh, I've been doing my research and development regarding signs and signals that a man's in love with a woman. You want to hear the list?
Do I have a choice? Based on the way your eyes are sparkling, I definitely don't have a choice, do I?
Can we please talk about something else? Rebecca, how is your new job going?
I want to hear the list.
Why?
Well, we've been married over 20 years. I want to see if we're still in love.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Number 1. A man is in love with a woman if he wants to include her in future plans. You keep telling me how you want your siblings to meet me, and that's projecting into the future.
True. And I also like where I grew up.
We're off to a fine start. Number 2.
Did you include me in future plans when we were dating?
Probably. Yes. I don't know. I don't remember.
2. He's in love with you if he's attentive and nurturing. You always offer your jacket if you think I'm cold.
Well, I don't want you to be cold.
You used to do that. Can't say that you do it anymore.
Anyone need refills on drinks?
Ben goes to the fridge and begins to refill everyone's glass.
3 is a biggie. You don't want to miss this one. A man is romantically in love with a woman if his eyes are drawn to her face. A man is in lust when he only thinks about a woman's body.
I can't remember the last time we had sex.
Melissa, stop. What the hell?
The words just fell out of my mouth.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
You honestly can't remember? That's terrible.
I always tell you how beautiful your eyes are.
I know. I love it when you compliment my eyes.
They're so pretty.
As are yours. Oh, we've
Here,
got number
what is-
4 covered.
Oh, good to hear. What is it?
Ben refills everyone's drinks. Everyone nods to thank him.
Number 4 is when you laugh, he laughs.
We laugh all the time.
I know. I especially love when we collapse into each other's arms when we laugh.
You actually collapse in his arms?
Yes. And I love how your nose crinkles up when something's like really, really funny.
You do the same thing. It's really cute.
Anyone for macaroni salad?
I'll take some. More. Maybe just a little more.
Jeez.
What's that supposed to mean?
Would it be helpful if we left? Rebecca and I could go for a walk or something.
No, stay. Want to hear more about these so-called signs?
Well, they could leave us alone.
Alone? Harsh?
Maybe I want to share a romantic dinner with my wife.
We typically eat dinner while watching Jeopardy.
We have fun. There's no one I'd rather watch Jeopardy with.
Well, number 5. A man loves a woman when he reveals intimate details about his life.
I just told you about my...
I know.
And the time when I...
Could you be any cooler?
About his what?
well, that's kind of between Rebecca and me.
Of course.
You look a little sad. Can I get you something?
No thanks. What's number 6?
He values your advice.
You proofread my resume.
That's right, I did. I also helped you look for glasses.
I trusted your good taste.
You look so handsome with or without glasses.
I always ask your advice about clothes.
True.
And really, any household decision.
Well, we always did make a good team.
All right, Philip, this is the final test. Gaze into my eyes, baby.
What the?
But this is just plain weird.
Okay.
What is this?
Shh. I think I know what they're doing.
Which is what?
I actually researched this when we were dating and engaged.
Researched what?
Are my pupils dilated?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's great news.
Are my pupils dilated?
Yes, they are.
In love, your pupils dilate and release dopamine, the happy hormone. It's an involuntary response to attraction and affection.
My pupils dilated like crazy when we were dating and engaged.
Oh, yeah? I love that. I'm sure mine did the same thing. Gaze into my eyes, please.
Show me love through your actions.
So do you, silly Rebecca.
I just love you.
I love you too. In all the ways a person can love another person.
My baby sister is in love.
And I love her right back.
Congrats, man. Enjoy the newness and the excitement of it all.
Rebecca and Philip get up from the table and embrace.
After the honeymoon fades, you settle into a different kind of love. It might not be as fresh or exciting, but it's meaningful just the same.
Thank you for saying that.
I love you.
I love you. And guess what?
What?
Your pupils are dilated.
Let's watch a movie together.
We'd be missing Jeopardy.
Fuck Jeopardy.
Phil and I would be more than happy to take that walk now.
I'll make the popcorn.
Whoa.
Characters: Meredith, 52, Ginny and Callie's mother. Sam, 18. Patty, 52, Meredith's cousin. Ginny, 36. This scene is from a play about the absent daughter, Callie, who was Sam's English teacher. When he was 16 and Callie 28, she seduced him. When faced with the choice to end the relationship or risk exposing herself, Callie applied to law school and moved to Nebraska without telling Sam. His 18th birthday is the 6-month anniversary of her announcement, and he's celebrating at the diner where Meredith and Patty work. Sam and Ginny sit at a table in an old-fashioned diner. Sam sits solemnly with his hands folded as Meredith, Patty, and Ginny sing happy birthday. On the table is a slice of pie with an 18 candle stuck into it.
Happy birthday, Sam. Blow out the candle.
Sam weakly blows out the flame as Ginny and Patty clap. Meredith rounds the table to sit next to Sam. She scoots him over until Ginny is forced to stand up.
Thanks, Meredith. Thanks, Patty. Ginny.
Enjoy your pie, hun, while it's still hot.
What's wrong, Sam?
Nothing.
It doesn't seem like nothing. You seem sad.
No, I'm fine, Meredith. I really appreciate the pie.
But you're not eating it.
Maybe he's not hungry, Mom. He just had that big sandwich.
I just worry it's not going to be as good if it's cold. He's got this nice slice of hot pie in front of him.
Mom, let him eat.
Right here.
Of course, Sam, we're sorry. Eat your pie and we'll shut up.
What did you wish for, Sammy?
I'm not supposed to ask that.
It's fine. It won't come true anyway.
What do you mean?
No, nothing.
Come on now. We're trying to cheer you up. It's your birthday. What did you wish for?
I wished for Callie to come back. I'm 18 now, so we could be together. It's okay.
Sam, legally, that...
Ginny.
Mom, please.
Sam? Ginny, stop.
Sammy, I'll...
Mom, let him...
Ginny, shut up.
Why don't I get another scoop of ice cream for your pie, Sammy? This one's melting.
Patty takes Sam's plate and hurries back into the kitchen.
Will you let me speak for 1 second?
I was.
I'm just trying to talk to Sam here, and you keep interrupting to talk about... Never mind. Sam, do you think you'll be free this weekend? Maybe we could go shopping for some new clothes for your birthday.
Sam picks at his t-shirt, which has a graphic of an anime girl on it.
What's wrong with this?
Nothing's wrong with it, Sammy.
If you want to get a job...
Meredith stands sharply and grabs Ginny's arm, dragging her away from the table.
Are you trying to sabotage him? I want to get that boy a job so he can get a roof over his head, so he can stop mooning over your sister, the hot English teacher, and date a girl his own age. If he wears a t-shirt with cartoons on it to a job interview...
Don't tell him his clothes are wrong. He's wearing it because he likes it. Of course, he's not going to wear that to a job interview.
He needs to take himself seriously. That includes his wardrobe.
I think his life's been serious enough. He just turned 18. Callie left scars on him. Lifelong scars. Give him some time.
He doesn't need more coddling. I'm giving him a strong base to build from. If he gets a job now, he can work his way through college.
I don't think he's going to college, Mom.
Don't you dare. There's nothing wrong with him.
Who said that? I didn't say there was anything wrong with him.
I can hear you.
Sammy, of course, there's nothing wrong with you.
Last chance to shut up, Virginia.
If you'll excuse me, I have to use the ladies' room.
Ginny exits abruptly as Patty returns with a fresh slice of pie.
Sorry about that. Even when I'm off the clock, I'm on duty.
That's why I haven't gone into the kitchen.
Oh, don't do it. They'll have you in an apron faster than you can say order in.
Dig in, Sam.
Sam takes a reluctant bite of his pie.
Thanks, Patty. Thanks, Meredith. I appreciate you guys throwing me... Well, it's not much of a party.
Sure it is.
None of my classmates came.
I'm sorry about that, hun. I know the diner isn't exactly a hip spot.
Well, the diner's great. Sam loves it, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm sure my friends just have a lot of homework.
Ginny returns from the bathroom a little red-eyed and sits at the table next to Sam.
How's the kitchen doing, Patty?
Oh, they're in the weeds. It's busy for a Thursday.
I wonder if it's because of Lent coming up.
Oh, might be. Lots of people giving up fries this year, maybe.
No fair. That was my idea.
Oh, don't encourage the people in this town to give up fried food for Lent, Meredith. That's our livelihood.
Now you know it wouldn't affect our sales a bit. How many supposedly God-fearing Catholics have I seen on a Friday ordering a well-done cheeseburger? Well, I'm not a priest.
Certainly not.
Nor are you, Ginny. with your little weed vape in your pocket.
Mom,
Am I wrong?
can we talk about this a different time?
Away from Sam?
Of course, I'd prefer not to talk about this in front of Sam.
Why don't you set a good example for him, Virginia?
Oh, you're one to talk.
It looks like new tables. I better help them out.
Patty retreats to the kitchen.
Can't it just be nice? Can't you just be civil?
I don't know how I'm the one at fault here.
We're just trying to have a nice little birthday dinner for Sam, and you've got this attitude. You're sneaking to the bathroom to get high? Why not let him enjoy his dessert? There doesn't have to be something negative about every aspect of conversation.
Fine.
What was that?
That's fine, Mom. I hear you.
And
I'm sorry.
what are you sorry for?
I'm sorry for being negative.
I'll take it. Eat your pie, Sam. The ice cream's gonna melt.
Sam eats, solemnly taking a forkful of pie and ice cream until his plate is clean. Wedding reception dinner. Justin, Alex, and Professor Vancouver are seated at a table covered in a white tablecloth. Dishes and silverware are in a state that suggests the tail end of a meal. Alex and Justin, as bride and groom, are dressed in formal wedding attire. To Justin's left, there is a chair that is conspicuously empty. Michael enters abruptly and approaches the table with an angry look, stopping behind the empty chair. Dressed in a black suit with a black tie and donning a black surgical mask, he appears sweaty, disheveled, and slightly drunk.
What's the mask for?
To conceal my identity? What do you think?
The pandemic is far from over, dear, despite popular opinion. I'm surprised to see you, Michael. I thought you couldn't make it.
Is that what he told you?
Well, yes.
My invitation must have gotten lost in the mail.
You can't lose something that was never sent.
Your brother said you were in rehab and wouldn't be discharged until after the wedding. Is that not true?
No, he's clearly not in rehab.
Let's just say I was released early for good behavior.
Seems like it didn't take. You better get back there.
This is my rehab, a chance to cleanse myself of your toxic bourgeoisie politics.
That's not really fair, is it?
You weren't invited. So GTFO.
Oh, language, please. This is a formal ceremony.
I didn't even say the word.
But I know what it means. I'm not that out of touch.
Why are you here? No one invited you.
Somehow I'm starting to feel like I'm not welcome.
Calm yourselves. Let's not spoil the occasion. I'm glad you're here, regardless of circumstances.
Mom, it's not your wedding.
That's true, but it's not yours either. And I am still your parent, and Michael's still family.
But no one invited him.
I invited him.
What? Baby, we talked about this.
I know, but it just didn't seem right. Besides, I didn't think he'd come.
Neither did I. This is the last place I want to be.
Then why are you here?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Sure, FAFO. We get it.
Justin.
Way to use the Proud Boys' favorite catchphrase. You can't even disguise your regressivism anymore.
Give me a break. You know as well as anyone they appropriated that expression.
Justin's right. That's the thing about language. It's not the words themselves so much as how they're deployed.
Spare me the semiotics, will you?
Michael pulls off his mask and sits down in the empty chair.
That seat isn't for you.
Really? It doesn't seem like it's taken.
You know who it's for.
You're right. The last time I checked, he's still dead and liable to stay that way.
Okay, fine. Make yourself at home. Maybe order a drink, though it seems like you've had a few already.
Yeah, it's starting to wear off, though. After what happened, the fact that you're not drinking yourself to death every night confirms that there's something seriously wrong with you. Open bar?
Be my guest.
Now you know why I came here. Do you know whose birthday it is?
Can't say that I do.
How about you? Any guesses?
No idea. It's our wedding day, that's what it is. What, are you sure?
How could you not know? You of all people.
Why would I? He was a good friend and classmate, but that's it. We weren't close like you two.
It's true. I didn't betray him like you did.
We tried to protect him. But you can't protect someone who's intent on destroying themselves.
This whole fucking scene cracks me up.
What, nothing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was absorbed by Michael's sense of passion just now. Please continue.
Remember how you used to think that marriage was a corrupt institution? Just another system for the patriarchy to subjugate women? And now this?
It worked for mom and dad. They married and still maintain their radical politics.
Did they?
That was a different time. We really had no choice but to marry, though we rejected it in principle.
I admit I rejected it too, and I still feel the same way. It is a corrupt institution. But I also thought if we can just regard it as an empty ritual, then it won't have any bearing on our revolutionary program.
Nowadays, getting married and starting families can be a form of moderate popular activism. After all, marriage constitutes the basic unit of social life.
An empty ritual. I can see what a lovely bond the two of you share, but it makes sense. How you're trying to bury your misery in everyday routine and domestic bliss.
Is there a reason you're here other than to ruin our wedding?
This isn't a wedding. It's a funeral. Oh, what a great way to honor your close friend, though. Getting married to the guy you ditched him for on his birthday and leaving this empty chair in his memory. Such a noble gesture, not conspicuous at all. It's almost like you're trying to cover up the fact that you killed him.
It was the reactionaries and the imperialists who killed him.
I thought you said he destroyed himself.
He did, but it wasn't his fault.
What really happened that night? The night the spy escaped, or the suspected spy. As you know, I was in jail for throwing Molotov cocktails at riot police.
And now you're throwing back vodka cocktails.
Good one.
It was Austin's turn to watch the prisoner, and someone triggered the alarm, and that's when the spy escaped.
The rumor was that Austin pulled it. Do you believe that?
I don't know.
He was the only one on guard duty. Nobody else was around.
He was also the only one who questioned our right to detain the spy without any kind of due process. But you rejected it out of hand.
Austin was paranoid and weak. He was jealous of what Justin and I had.
Which was what? An ideological grip on the organization and a comfortable apartment? Didn't you oppose the detainment too?
I had my concerns, yes.
Why didn't you do anything? You're the faculty liaison. You could have stopped it.
It wasn't really my place. Besides, at a time of militant activism, the students have no interest in listening to older authority figures like me.
I get it. No one knows anything, and yet they think they know everything. But this is what I know. The spy escapes. Austin disappears, then shows up dead a week later. And you're saying this had nothing to do with you?
Well, he must have been ashamed that he let the spy escape. He was in hiding until he couldn't bear it anymore.
You keep saying spy, but you never once provided evidence to prove that. All he did was steal some internal documents.
And leak them online. Either way, he was an enemy of the movement.
When we questioned him, he claimed to be an average worker who felt alienated by our student elitism. But you insisted, with no evidence, that he was a dangerous right-wing extremist. Austin was the only one who had the temerity to call you out on that shit. Everyone else was too scared to defy you.
Austin was a dedicated activist, but he couldn't get past his own disillusionment. I'm sure he felt like he had no choice but to run away.
After shutting him in that room and interrogating him for an entire week, who wouldn't run away?
It wasn't an interrogation. Baby, why do you have to bring this up now?
So the rumors are true. You did interrogate him.
But it was more like a questioning, a discussion.
You're right. I always have my best discussions when I'm tied to a chair. They tried to get Austin to admit that he pulled the alarm let the prisoner escape and confessed to being a spy himself. They were convinced that he was collaborating with right-wing hate groups to undermine us.
It was a legit concern. As representatives of the party, we couldn't afford to have him infiltrate the movement.
But then when Austin runs off, all of a sudden the two of you start getting real cozy.
I didn't want this to happen, and our relationship predated the incident. You know that.
I know. You were still weighing your options at that point. Once Austin's gone, there's no need to hide it anymore, right?
We were never hiding it. We just didn't want it to be a conflict of interest.
And that's why you started hosting raves at the house? Tell me, what does doing drugs and hooking up have to do with Marxism?
Dancing is an effective method for bringing about unity and solidarity.
That still doesn't explain how someone so militant, someone who is constantly accusing others of not being radical enough, suddenly became a cultural reformer.
When political tension escalates, it's natural to take a cultural turn to a more universal activity that brings the masses into the movement.
People were tired of all the violence that erupted after the Dobbs decision. They needed a break.
The violence. But who causes the violence? It's the fucking cops. They're always the instigators, and we always take the hits. We're not activists. We're outside agitators.
3 students were killed.
Yeah, by the cops. It's always the same pattern. Law enforcement commits endless atrocities, and we're the ones who are forced to conform. They raise the police budget so they can kill even more of us.
It doesn't matter. Too many comrades were arrested during the protests. The movement was losing momentum. I received word from leadership that our political approach had been misguided and that we needed to change course.
And the solution is to hold weekly dance parties? I mean, I'm all for getting fucked up, but how does that help defend abortion rights? It might even...
Did you hear that?
What? Now who's paranoid?
No. Sorry, I thought I heard the crackle of a radio.
See a ghost, look close. It's a dead flower.
He's been under a lot of stress lately.
Right, and he's the only one.
Listen, if you want to continue to defy party authority and launch these reckless protests, that's your problem. But it's your own damn fault if you keep getting thrown in jail. All you're doing is destroying the labor organization and our united front that we fought so hard to build. As an activist, you have to be subservient to the labor movement above all else. Only then can you stand on the front line.
A commotion erupts in the background and screaming is heard.
Shit, it's the cops.
Michael, Alex, and Professor Vancouver dash for the exits. Justin remains seated.
Only then can you stand on the front line of the revolution. We need true unity, true solidarity. We must build it from within. Only unity and solidarity guarantee our victory. Unity and solidarity. Unity and solidarity.
Constance and Joshua enter a clearing. There's a food-laden table before them. They walk over to it.
What's all this?
Dinner time.
He inspects a dish piled with strawberries.
What are you doing?
I could eat.
It could be a test.
It could also be a test that goes either way, you know?
Either way, don't always have to be contrary.
I promise I'm not trying to be, but you eat and you're fucked. Or you don't eat and you're fucked. At least if I eat, I'm enjoying some delicious food on my way to being fucked. Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
For the swearing?
Are you really sorry?
No. And I appreciate you didn't bat an eye that time. Just ready for something to change.
Yes, I am as well.
Anything. A clue. A sign. I know all about the hero's journey. Aren't we supposed to get some kind of mentor along the way to help guide us? Where's Obi-Wan when you need him?
Huh?
Never mind.
I'd wish you'd stop with...
I can't help it. Cut me some slack. We're all products of our own time, culture, and circumstance. I'm getting tired of apologizing for who I am. We've made it this far. Maybe dinner's our reward.
I don't want to fight. Really. I want to be cautious. And you know what they say about eating anything in the underworld.
Yeah, there's always a price, but how do we move forward if we don't try?
Can we consider some options before we eat anything?
Fine. What is there besides either we eat or we don't?
Things that seem to change when we reveal something we don't know about each other. Perhaps this is the same, but with food. Different types of food, drink, maybe hard times when we haven't had much, or maybe other
Could be about
times.
consumption in general. Maybe this is the realm of the hungry ghost.
What's a hungry ghost?
A Buddhist thing, I think, or Chinese or Japanese. I don't know much about it, but it always sounded cool. I wish I could look it up.
Look it up?
Yeah, computers. I'm not even sure how to explain them, but it's a machine where you can access anything you ever wanted to know. Any bit of trivia, any recipe, kind of like going to the library whenever you want, but from home.
That sounds amazing.
It is pretty amazing. I guess I took a lot of things for granted. I wonder if this is part of that too.
So revealing ourselves and not taking things for granted.
I don't know, just spitballing here.
Spitballing?
Throwing out a suggestion. Taking something for granted at a dinner table. What do we normally take for granted at a dinner table?
There will be food.
Sure, food, chairs, the table itself. What else?
We'll have someone to eat with. We have each other. Perhaps we sit, eat, and see what comes from our conversation. Or maybe we're wishing there were people who could join us.
I can think of a long list. And I don't even like people.
Who would you invite?
Living or dead?
Any.
Writers, musicians, historical figures galore. But in terms of our situation right now, I'd love to talk to the Buddha and ask about hungry ghosts, or maybe one last meal with Jenna. Tell her I'm sorry about being so weird those last days before she died. Ask if she's okay wherever she is, if there's a life beyond.
A ghostly figure arrives and sits at the table.
Who are you?
Who do you need?
What does that mean?
Anyone. Everyone. Ask.
Joshua moves closer to the figure.
Jenna.
Josh! Yes!
Oh my God, it sounds like her. Is it really you? How?
I don't have much time.
His impulse is to take her in his arms, but an invisible force stops him.
Why can't I?
I'm Jenna. For the moment. You can't touch me, only talk.
I'm so sorry.
Constance puts a reassuring hand on Josh's shoulder. He absently covers her hand with his and keeps it there as an anchor.
For what, my love?
I was going to.
I know. That was the strangest thing. I jumped into your consciousness for a bit. After.
You what?
1 minute, I'm looking at spreadsheets, and the next, I'm floating above the building, and the top seems to be exploding. And before I can get my bearings, I'm on the ground looking at the explosion from below. And suddenly, it's like my consciousness melted with yours.
Jesus, I need to sit down.
Oh, honey, all I could feel was your panic and guilt. In that moment, I understood all of it because I wasn't attached to it anymore.
I don't understand. I need to hold on to something.
Constance grabs his hand.
Hold on to me. I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Can you forgive?
There's nothing to forgive. All this stuff we're so fiercely holding on to, all these petty things, it's nothing. We're all so much larger than that. If you only knew.
Are you okay?
Yes, but that's not important right now. What's important is that
the figure goes neutral again.
Jenna, what? What's important? What did you do? Bring her back. I didn't.
Gone. Next.
Me? What about
next?
It's your turn.
But you were done with.
I don't think they care. I suppose you get to talk to Michael for 5 seconds.
Joel.
The figure changes posture, demeanor, and voice.
Honey.
Constance begins to cry.
Remember, not much time.
Constance reflexively grabs for Joel's hands, but it isn't possible.
Can't even imagine how much.
You blamed yourself. Michael blamed himself.
I was never really happy again. A part of me went missing and I never found it again. Michael and I, we tried so hard with each other.
You were never meant to do that. You need to let go and concentrate on what's in front of.
The figure goes neutral.
Let go? In front of what?
All things hang in the balance.
The figure stands and begins to leave.
Wait, you can't go yet.
We still haven't.
Rest and nourishment. The next steps will become clear.
The figure leaves.
We haven't.
They look at each other across the table. They stand, and Joshua puts his arms around Constance.
I want to say it'll be okay, but I'm sorry if it's not much comfort.
It is some comfort.
She draws back to look at him.
You're what's in front of me.
Me?
The family is eating. Candace, a little tipsy on wine, is in the middle of a speech.
26. What a beautiful age. Oh, to be 26 again. I was such a little whirlwind of a girl. The world was my oyster and life felt so clear, like I was wearing the right prescription glasses. So, Sarah, my dear, hold on to this time. Live each day with vigor.
You were a secretary at one of the biggest radio stations in the country. I'm an accountant. I'm too tired for vigor.
You should help pitch in with Abe's student loans with the amount of dough you're raking in from, what's it called? Auditing?
I'd rather not. Abe should deal with his own student loans. He's an adult.
Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up, darling. I know you're touchy about finances.
Being raised by a butcher and a pastor will do that to you.
But all jokes aside, we should have a little bit of pride. Your father is a well-respected New Testament scholar, and your mother is the first female butcher to ever grace this town. Here's to breaking glass ceilings, eh? Cheers, 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 everybody.
Sarah clinks glasses with Candace. Daniel nods and raises his glass. Abe pushes his mashed potatoes around on his plate.
Speaking of butchery, the prime rib is ready.
Oh. I'm glad you could make the time to celebrate your sister's birthday with us, Abe.
Yep.
What have you been doing for most of the summer anyway? You're not even taking summer classes this time.
Oh, just, working at the grocery store.
Still living with those unruly boys from your dorm?
Yeah, they're all right.
Well, I'm still of the opinion that you should have room with, what's his face? Clint? Clint, Tim's son from church. He's a good kid. Keeps out of trouble.
I don't know about that.
Why? Clint get into some trouble that I don't know about?
You really interacted with this youth group when we were in high school.
Oh, I was busy writing my book on the Gnostics. Was Pastor Kim not a great youth pastor, or was he?
Pastor Kim was fine, and Clint's not a bad kid. He's very nice.
See? Much better than those noisy hooligans.
I don't think you'd have liked me living with Clint.
Why?
I bet Clint is a covert stoner. He gives me the vibe.
Clint, a stoner? No, I don't believe that.
I'm a pastor's daughter and I've smoked weed before. Anything's possible.
Oh, I remember the day your mother found out. She gave you one hell of a verbal lashing. Scary lady, your mother.
Dad?
Yes?
Why did you give me and Sarah the names you did? Didn't Sarah and Abraham marry each other in the Bible? And weren't they also like first cousins or something? Now there's like a double layer of incest.
You, Abe, don't make things weird. On my birthday of all days, too?
Oh, dear. Now, Abe, I promise your mother that I will name the firstborn if she could name the secondborn. I was also slightly weirded out by it, but a pastor keeps his promises. Your mother just really loved the name Abraham.
Dad's progressive like that. He's not like the other pastors in town that walk all over their stay-at-home wives.
In my humble opinion, I actually think that women surpass men in intelligence. Why do you think God called Eve to be a helpmeet? Because she's more intelligent. You have to be smart to help people.
Candace flounces back in with a comically large prime rib.
Oh.
Don't you know it, darling? Now let me help you all by carving this rib tableside so you can help yourselves.
Candace takes out a comically large butcher's knife and starts to skillfully slice up the prime rib.
I'm bisexual.
Is that so?
Are you in a relationship with one of your roommates?
No.
Do you want to, sleep with any of your roommates?
No.
Hmm. Do you want to date Clint?
I used to have a crush on him back in the day.
Were the feelings requited?
No, Clint is straight.
Yeah, I see.
And no, Sarah, Clint doesn't smoke weed.
See, I told you he was a good kid.
Do you like girls too?
Yes, I just said I was bisexual.
Well, that's good then. You know what choice to make, the better option. But thanks for letting us know, eh? Meet anyone?
Geez, Abe, way to make it all about yourself on my birthday.
What? No, I didn't mean to.
Meet for you, and meet for you.
This looks delicious.
Thank you, darling. Perfectly pink on the inside. Cost a fortune, but it's worth it for Sarah's 26th birthday. 26! Rhymes with steak and chips.
6 chips? Bit of a stretch.
No, not really.
26? More like rhymes with dicks.
Sarah?
Are you guys even Christian? Do you even care that I'm bisexual?
Everybody turns to look at Abe once again.
What are you talking about? Of course we're Christian.
Darling, it's 2023. Bisexuality is quite common. What did you expect us to do? Disown you? Make a scene? We can talk about this later, yeah? It's your sister's birthday.
Are you dating anyone right now? Having sex with anyone?
Ew, Dad, we don't have to discuss Abe's sex life at the dinner table.
No.
Then it doesn't matter. We're not worried about it.
What?
Abe, let me translate what Mom and Dad are trying to say. You're a painfully awkward virgin with anxiety. We don't have to worry about you being in a gay relationship, let alone a straight one.
Sarah, be nice to your brother. You're way too old to be acting like this.
I mean, it's true. I'm not much of a looker either.
Oh, don't say that, darling. You're very cute.
You're my mom. And of course you think I'm cute.
Stop making it weird, Abe. Ugh.
I mean, do you want to have sex, Abe?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Every boy wants to have sex eventually, right?
Well, some boys don't. Some boys are too busy studying the Gnostics.
Abe abruptly gets up.
Abe, darling, what's wrong?
Abe?
You didn't even touch your meat.
Abe storms out without saying a thing. He wanders into the neighborhood, takes a joint out of his pocket and lights it, takes a drag.
I'm too scared of God to have sex, but not scared enough of God to smoke weed, apparently. Funny how that is.
Sarah enters with a plate of meat.
Abe, please come back. I'm so sorry for what I said. If you want to sit the party out, I understand, but at least have some food, yeah?
Maybe I'd be more accepting of myself if my family was more bigoted.
Don't say that. You don't actually want that. If anything, I'm proud of you for your bravery. And if it makes you feel any better, I'm just as self-conscious about anything related to sexuality as you are.
That's probably worse, you being a girl.
It's not a competition, but kind of.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Abe tears into a hunk of meat with his bare hands. The stars twinkle brightly on Abe and Sarah. Lights up on the inside of, well, we're not totally sure what. The walls of a small room appear to be panels of iridescent metal. There's a table of the same metal attached to, or perhaps growing from, the floor in the center of the room. The table structure is laid with several types of what is clearly food, but nothing we would recognize. Seated around the table structure are Isla, Storm, Juno, and Heck. They each hold one of 4 small identical cups and stare at the contents.
You won't be able to tell which one has it, no matter how long you stare at it. They all look the same.
You don't know which one you put it in?
No, I did the close your eyes and the switcheroo.
No sense in putting it off, kids.
How do we do it?
The best way, you run your finger around the agar to separate it from the cup and then sort of toss it in.
Like a gel shot.
What's a gel shot?
It's alcohol set in gelatin. It looks like this.
Damn, Earth is weird.
You don't know what you're missing.
You've eaten real animal hoof gelatin?
That sounds disgusting.
Nobody here is in any position to talk about what's disgusting.
Least of all you.
Storm, I am in a neck-snapping mood.
Hey, we agreed. No blame. It could have been any one of us, so we all take a shot, to use Juno's term.
Do we chew it?
It's not necessary.
What's it taste like?
Not much. I tried to sweeten it.
Great.
That was nice, Isla. Thanks.
Wish this had alcohol in it.
No, you don't. Not if you want it to work.
Do we want it to work?
Yes, look, this variant is really dangerous for non-regenerating species, and we all have definitely been infected.
What do you mean, non-regenerating species?
Species that, can't regrow a limb if one falls off.
They scramble to get the agar into their mouths as fast as they can. Juno licks her finger before running it around the inside of her cup.
Do it. Eat it right now. All you bitches better eat this.
All swallow.
I don't feel anything.
Well, nothing's happening yet. We have to eat, remember, for the cure to activate.
They all stare at the food.
Oh, come on. It's not so bad. It's not bad at all. Actually, we're going to be able to kill the virus before any of us even become symptomatic.
Yeah, after one of us.
Don't think about it. We're just eating dinner.
All right.
Juno picks up a piece of something that looks fried and takes a bite. Everyone looks at her.
We got to do it, kids. It's the only way.
Isla takes a piece of something else and eats. Heck exhales and Storm grimaces, but they both start eating.
Well, this is nice. Everybody eating together. We never do that.
Yeah. Well, didn't really have a choice, did we?
Can you just let her say something positive? Why do you have to slap everything down?
Oh, I'll slap something down.
Enough. Heck, please. Enough. If we could just refrain from fighting until we cure the virus, come on, please. Let's just eat, okay? Please.
Storm and Heck stand down.
Made the green stuff.
I did.
Oh. It's good.
Thank you.
It kind of reminds me of something we used to eat on Earth, only on special occasions. Edible vegetation was hard to get fresh, but we try for birthdays, Peace Day, stuff like that.
What are birthdays? Do you designate days for carriers to give birth?
No, it's Each person celebrates the anniversary of the day they were born. With friends and your family, you know, you all celebrate the day the person was born.
Why?
It's just Earth or tradition. We always thought of it as a congratulations for surviving another year.
I thought it was originally a celebration of surviving your birth from the days when humans were all born by carriers and with horrifyingly inferior healing technology.
You could be right. I mean, we mostly use them as an excuse to eat special food.
Ah, this is kind of like a birthday then. We're a family of sorts and we have special food.
And somebody's going to expel something out of their body any second. Kind of like a birth.
Actually, it really could be, you know?
Wait, what?
What do you mean, what?
When you say, are you saying it could come out of the...
I told you how it worked, right?
But when you said hole...
I said orifice.
That means hole.
Damn it, I know what it means. I just thought because we were supposed to eat, I thought it was a digestive system thing. Like it was going to come out of one end or the other of the digestive system.
Any orifice, heck. It can emerge from any orifice. I wouldn't be freaking out this much if I was just gonna barf it out. It's me. I know it's gonna be me, and it's gonna come out of my pee hole.
But that doesn't make sense.
The microscopic egg is drawn into the bloodstream. It can land anywhere in the body that has an exit. It can crawl out of anywhere.
Crawl?
She did not just say crawl.
Crawl was probably not the best word to use.
Good. That's good.
It really won't start to crawl until it hits a solid surface.
All right, everybody, hold your exclamations. Doc?
I'm really more of a botanist.
What exactly did one of us just swallow?
It's what I said before, a biological organism which will carry antibodies to any virus that it encounters in gestation. It's a grow your own cure. It just has to grow inside an infected host. And once it exits the body, I can make an inoculation.
And we're thrilled about that. I mean, we really are. I think what we'd like right now is a size and shape description of the entity that may at any moment make its way out of my nose or Heck's ear or Storm's urethra.
Okay. Well, I know it'll be soft when it comes out, sort of mucusy or gelatinous. So it shouldn't be painful at all. And as for actual size.
Oh, small, right? It's going to be small?
It's gotta be small.
Oh, God.
Not, oh God, small.
Doc, it seems like you may have let one of us swallow an alien egg without fully knowing what's gonna burst forth.
Tell me burst wasn't the best word to use.
I wish I could.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I was only able to read 2 accounts of this creature being used to counteract a virus.
She did not just say creature.
And neither account was overly descriptive. But both times, the virus was fully eradicated and it did not harm the host. The nearest med station is, well, there's not one. I'm afraid it was this or death by spontaneous loss of limbs, frankly.
Well, when you put it like that.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. A little awkward, but fine. We should eat a little more and just be ready.
Everyone slowly settles themselves and takes a bite of something. They chew for a few beats, looking as if they're about to be executed.
So, Heck, how'd you come by that name?
Short for Hecuba.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Good.
What else do you do on a birthday? Any other weird earth stuff?
Well, it's kind of stupid, but you light the end of a stick, set it on fire, and if you can blow it out before it burns your hand, your wish will come true. You make a wish.
You're right. That is kind of stupid.
I think it's nice.
Why don't we do it?
We can't ignite something in here. The automatic extinguishers will put it out.
Not if it's really small.
He picks up something that looks like a French fry.
Like this.
Will that even burn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, somebody light it.
My soldering laser might light it.
Storm takes out a small laser pen and aims it at the fry. It ignites.
Fire.
Everybody blow it out.
They puff it out in one short breath.
Huh. A little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Everybody make a wish?
Bet we all wished for the same thing.
Whoa. Oh, I feel weird. What is, oh, damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Heck, where is it? Where's it,
Gotta be on the floor.
He sinks behind the table. Isla disappears with her. Storm stands back. Juno stays in her seat to watch.
Oh, I think it's going.
Oh,
No, I was wrong.
Oh, God.
I don't like it.
You're fine. Just breathe.
Get it off.
So wrong.
Oh, shit, it's got legs.
Catch it. Catch it. Catch it.
Storm dives
There you
behind
go.
the table.
Jump on it.
I got it.
All are breathing heavily. Juno, the only one left at the table, pulls out a flask.
You okay there, Heck?
Juno takes a swig from the flask.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
Juno hands the flask down.
Here you go. Happy birthday.
When your hands start cramping, you've done a good day's work. When the letters on your keys are blurry and your knees hurt, what you gonna do when the Red Bull is drinking you? You're thinking about your bed, but the proof is in your head. You've got to write it down, write it down, write it down.